Hello, welcome to Jacki's Whole Food Plant-Based Journey. I was going to say kitchen, but journey. Anyways, I'm going to do some cooking today, and I am really don't feel like doing this. I mean, I've said that before, but today I did a lot of line dancing yesterday, like a lot more than I'm used to. And today I was just really tired or whatever. Anyways, I'm going away this weekend for a line dance event. So I have to pack my food, prepare my food. So I have to force myself to do it. So I guess, you know what, doing it on Zoom kind of motivates me a little bit. So I'm going to start with, I want to make, oh gosh, I bought, these things have been sitting. Oh, wait, I had another one. Well, I guess I'm just going to do this one. But these beans I bought like 3 months ago. They've been sitting in my cabinet. I've never really ate beans before. I went through a time maybe like 15 years ago where I was doing beans for like a week. I don't know, but I don't remember. So I'm going to finally open this can of beans that's been in my house for about 3 months. The chickpeas I've been using for things like hummus or whatnot. So I'm going to make a salad, like a chickpea bean salad. And I'm going to add some corn. I never knew you could use frozen corn in a salad. I always thought you just had to microwave it. So I've been learning that through Google and through online experience, whole food, plant-based chefs and whatnot. So let's see what happens. Why don't we do it right now? Oh, wait, I want to tell you one thing before we do that. Oh, and I you know what? I bought these crushed up. I just didn't feel like cutting an onion, and I'm just going to use these. And I can use this crushed up red onion in lots of things, I think. So first of all, I wanted to show you these. I've shown you these before. They're called plant-based good side foods. And it's a pea and rice protein fermented by shiitake mycelia pea protein pea fiber. That's all it is. So it's a meat substitute for whatever you want to do. So the instructions say put 1 cup of crumbles to a 1/2 cup of water. So I have these new bowls that I got from Pampered Chef, and they actually have the measurements on them. And can't even see them now. You know, one side says like millimeters. Like, what's that? Who does that? Anyways, maybe in Canada they do that or something. Anyways, I say anyways a lot. I just realized that. So it does have the 1/2 cup. However, I suggest to put it in a bigger bowl because you're supposed to stir it up and then let it sit. But as I stir, I have to do it over the sink because I'm losing them. Like they're if I stir them, it's really not stirring in this. I mean, it's just, you have to stir them, but it's hard. See, they're flying all over me. Anyways, I guess you just need to soak them. So that's supposed to sit for 10 minutes. So we'll let those sit. All right, let's see what happens when I open. I've never done this before. I open a frozen bag of corn. Let's get my scissors. I can have one in every drawer so I don't have to walk too far in the kitchen. God forbid it. So let's pour these out. Oh, here's a nice fresh bowl. We'll pour these out. I bet we have to drain them, I'm guessing. Oh, maybe not. So these are just plain corn, nothing added, no salt, no butter. Should just be corn. I'll double check that in a moment. I'm just emptying it all out. Let's see what's the ingredients. Organic yellow corn, that's all it is. Nothing added. You can add stuff to it. I just dropped one. Okay. All right, so we've got corn. Do I dare taste it? Fresh out of the bag. I defrosted it, just so you know, it's not frozen. It's been defrosting since yesterday. It's very good. I had it defrosting on my counter, and then I put it in the refrigerator overnight because I was going to do this yesterday, and then I didn't have time. All that line dancing got in the way. So let's see. These are all. Oh, you know what else I'm going to add? I'm going to add pine nuts. Pine nuts are very, very healthy. So I have these pine nuts. So I don't know how I ended up with 2 bags, but I'm going to add some pine nuts to my salad to go. So this would be like my dinners for Friday and Saturday. Or who knows, maybe it'll be lunch, maybe it'll be a snack. You know, when you're dancing and, you know, all day long, you get hungry, you need energy. So I need to make sure I've got stuff with me. Okay, so let's see. What this is a creamy, I mean, there's so many of them, and I might do a combination and then make up my own, but the key is the dressing. You know, what dressing do I want to use? And I think I might use, I think it's called cowboy salad dressing or something. I'll get that out. My friend Deb M, I won't say her whole name, brought that to my 60th birthday party, a similar salad to this with this delicious dressing. And I think I'm going to do that. And I have it written down somewhere. I'll get it afterwards. But this chickpea salad is from Well Your World website. And they have a dressing that has cashews, water, lemon juice, yellow Dijon mustard, apple salsa sounds good though, apple cider vinegar, garlic, and curry powder optional. So I might do that dressing, but we'll see. And then the salad, he has chickpeas, red onion, tomatoes, black pepper, celery, which I don't eat because I'm allergic to celery. You can put anything you want in it. And I had done red cabbage before. So this is, I mean, this is getting boring now. This is because those of you who are a little bit more experienced than me, you know you could put anything you want in this bean corn salad. So it's really chickpeas, beans, corn. I'm going to put some of this in, the good vibes, some pine nuts, some red onion, and then I'll decide on the dressing. So I'm going to go to work on that. I'm going to pause because I'm going to be making other things today. And I have this thing out that I got from Pampered Chef. Again, I mentioned Pampered Chef. I don't work for Pampered Chef. Don't get any money when I mention their name. This is like the first time ever I've purchased things from them because I never cooked before. So this is a silicone tray, and I'm going to be making quinoa flatbread using this tray. And I couldn't believe, I was like, do you really put this in the oven without putting it on a cookie sheet? So I had to go online and watch the YouTube video. And you do put this right in the oven. A little nervous about that, but I'm going to trust that that is correct. Comes with a lid. You do not put this in the oven. You put this over it when you're done. So we'll see about that. And that's because I bought this organic red quinoa 3 months ago. It's already expired. Well, it doesn't say expired. It says sell by. It doesn't say use by. It says sell by June 30th. And so it's less than a month ago. So we're going to use that up. You know what? Maybe I could cook some of this and put it in my bean salad. Okay. I'm really learning. All right, I'm going to pause the recording and I'll see you in a little while. Okay, so I just opened up my black can of beans and drained them. And then I wasn't sure if I was supposed to rinse them or not. So I Googled it. And yes, I'm supposed to rinse them. But they're kind of wet. So am I supposed to put them into my salad all wet? Or do I pat dry them with a paper towel? It didn't say that. So I'm just going to pour my beans into a bowl. And now I'm going to drain my chickpeas. But you know, it's good to save the aquafaba, but I'm not going to because I have another one because I have to make hummus later. So I'm just going to drain over my sink. You know, before, I don't know if I told you guys this, but like right before I started doing all this cooking, I had no idea I was going to. I really had no idea up until I went on that retreat. And I had a sink that was really small. It's like a small, white, heavy porcelain. I don't know. And I got my countertops repainted. This guy invented this paint that looks like graphite because I hated what it was there before. Anyways, and then he suggested getting a new sink, and I got this big, huge new sink and this new thing here. And I have been doing so much cooking and washing and draining and all these things. I don't know what I would have done with that split tiny sink before. So the timing was amazing. And I just, every time I'm in the sink, I can't believe that I had the sink when I had no idea I was going to do all this stuff. So maybe the universe knew. So I'm rinsing my chickpeas. And are you supposed to rinse chickpeas? I forget. I don't know. I get confused and I don't remember, but I'm going to rinse them. What's it going to hurt, right? All right. So we're going to put the chickpeas in the bowl. It just seems like this seems like a lot of corn. So I don't think I'm going to put all the corn in. Maybe I'll cook some for dinner tonight. So let's just put some of the corn in. I was going to measure it out, but what's it matter? Doesn't matter. Let's put some corn in. All right, so I just left some corn. And we're going to put some onions. Oh boy, these smell. I opened this up and woo, woo. So they are strong. I'm glad there are separate drawers in the refrigerator to put the onions in. All right, so I put a few in because strong. And then we're going to put in some pine nuts. I think I'm going to use what's left. Pine nuts are good for you. Very expensive, but you're worth it. Your health. I mean, doctor bills are more expensive, right? So you want to take care of your health. Okay. Oh, we forgot these things. What are they called? Good vibes. Good vibes. Amazon. Pretty sure I got Amazon, or you probably get them at a health food store. I'm gonna put them all in. What the heck? Put them all in. I'm making way too much food. You know what? I think I can freeze. Like I'm learning you can freeze things. I'm just stirring it up with the fork. And this is a lot of food. So I think I'm gonna see if I can freeze. Can you refreeze corn that was already frozen? Or maybe just put in the refrigerator. I bet it can last a few days, right? So when I come home, I'll have dinner already in the fridge. So this actually looks pretty good. And I haven't even put the dressing on yet. You know, in these recipes call for like tomatoes. Like I have canned tomatoes and crushed tomatoes, but I'm not really a potato person lately. So let me taste it without the dressing. Haven't made the dressing yet. And then I'll pause the recording. I'm going to try to get everything in here. This is very good. I don't think I need dressing. Of course, I'm going to make some though. I'm trying to get the beans because I'm not used to eating beans. This is delicious. You know, I think one of the problems of me hesitating to make this is I didn't think I would like it because I'm not eating this. I'm not used to eating this kind of food. But I think I'm on a new path. So that's very good. So I'm going to put that in some Tupperware to pack. And I'm going to make the dressing at some point because I probably should keep that separate. And I'll do that with you. And but I think now I'm going to do the quinoa. Well, we have to rinse the quinoa. So listen, why don't we do that now? I've never done this before. The only quinoa I ever gotten is the kind you can microwave in those little, bags. So, okay. I'm just going to put it all in. Want to see what it looks like? It's like these little grains. Okay. So this is called red organic quinoa, which I never knew existed. And okay, ingredients, organic red quinoa. All right, so that's that. Do you see? Can you see? Let's see. Right. This is the best thing I ever got. It's a fine mesh thingy-majiggy. See if we can move the computer a little bit. So let's see. This is very easy, but I need to keep reading. 1 cup of dry quinoa. Well, that's more than a cup. But it says rinsed well in a fine mesh strainer to remove bitterness. So I'm going to do that. Let's do that. I never know like how much water. Should I do it like that? No, probably just like this. And I think I saw someone, one of the videos I was thinking, I think it was Kim Murphy. think she was kind of like moving, using her hands. Know what you're thinking? Hope she washed her hands. I don't know if I did, but I'm the only one eating it. Okay, so I said anything going through? No, it's good to have a fine mesh. If I was using the colander, they'd all be gone, right? So a fine mesh. So this is how you rinse, I guess. I probably should have watched a video. Maybe I did, I don't remember. I watched so many videos. Oh, it looks so different when you put your glasses on. I don't know how much. Well, remember, if you have tips for me, you just put them in the comments. I'm happy to receive tips. I'm learning and I can't do this just on my own. I go to classes, I go on YouTube, I join programs online, but I don't, I'm still learning. So some of you watching might have some tips for me. All right, so now let's see what happens. I'll come back to you. All right, let's do that now. So I'm making gluten-free quinoa flatbread crackers. And this is from the Plant Life Journey retreat recipe book. Okay. So 1 cup of dry quinoa rinsed well in a fine mesh strainer to remove hiddenness. I already read that. Then we're going to take a 1/2 cup of water. And then the other things are optional, which I'll tell you in a minute. Set the oven to 350, blend ingredients, which is just the water and the quinoa, unless I want to add seasonings, in a high blender, or food processor for several minutes, scraping sides several times in the process. Okay, so it says you can add a clove garlic, which is optional. It says omit if planning to top crackers with fruit or peanut butter, etc., or dip it in chocolate. That's what I do. Maybe not this. You can add a teaspoon of baking powder, which is optional based on texture preference, ideal for making into bagel shapes, which I don't think I'm going to do that because I've got the little trays here. And a seasoning of choice. And they're saying everything but the bagel seasoning blend is a favorite. Okay, so I don't know if everything but the bagel is what the seasoning is called, but I think it means everything but the bagel seasoning blend is a favorite. So don't get a bagel seasoning. I don't understand that, but okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to put a 1/2 cup of water and 1 cup of dry quinoa in the food processor. Okay. Until it's smooth. Slightly thicker than a brownie batter. All right, now, should I put some seasonings in there? Should I put like the everything? I don't know if I have everything. I'm going to pause the recording and look for a seasoning, and then I'll come back. Okay, so I decided I'm going to put my favorite seasonings in. So I put in, I already did it so I wouldn't bore you. So I put in some black pepper. There goes my soap. Some Himalayan salt, some basil and dill weed. I really don't know what I'm doing. And some rosemary and garlic powder. And then I put it in the food processor. And now we're going to see what happens. Right? We're supposed to blend for several minutes. So we'll start it, and if it takes a while, I'll pause the recording. Do I have everything? Let's see. I think so. So it says to, and I got my scraper, says to scrape the sides as we're doing this, because it does pop up. I don't know if you can see, it pops up. Now, just so you know, I'm sure a lot of you know, you can watch this on fast speed, or you can fast forward if you're watching this. I'm sure you all know that if you're on YouTube. Okay. Or you can watch in real time, or you can slow it down. Don't think you'd want to do that. All right, so now I'll do that a little bit longer and then I'll show you what it looks like. See, I'll show you. Kind of looks milky. Doesn't look like it's doing anything. I have to see if I'm doing this right. Like, I guess that's why it says several minutes. So I'm gonna have to. So right now it's not doing much, and this wasn't even like a minute probably. So I will review the instructions again because I have to read things over and over and over. And I will put this on for several minutes, and I'll come back. So I'll give you pause. Hey, look at this, a little bit different now. Looks like a creamy type of thing. So I'm going to now put this in. I started to put it in a little bit. I got to figure out which tool. So I'm going to put them in these things. This is a silicone snack bar tray from Pampered Chef. Okay. First time using this silicone cone, whatever you call it. Can you see what I'm doing? No, you can't. Okay. So I'm going to fill this up, bake it at 350 for 20 minutes, and then we'll see what happens. Stay tuned. All right, so I filled up my tray and I put a little bit of basil basil seasoning on some of them. No, it looks kind of weird, doesn't it? So let's see what happens. I'm going to put these in the oven and I'll be back. So they're in the oven, but I want to tell you, let's just fix this here. While I was pouring them in, I have conversations with Alexa. And because she teaches me how to cook. And I was saying, I said, Alexa, I say it softly because she's going to answer me. You know that. I say, what I say? I said, can you freeze quinoa? And she said, you cannot freeze uncooked quinoa, not recommended. And then she went on and on to tell me how to store it and how long. And then I said, can you freeze cooked quinoa? Because these are things I don't know. I really don't. Everything I tell you is the gosh honest truth. That's why I do these videos. So you can see how pathetic okay, that's not nice to say about yourself, but you know what I mean. So she told me, so how I know with all this extra quinoa, I know I have to cook it, it's still being drained. And so I know I have to do something with that. So I'll probably cook it and then I can either freeze it or I can keep it in the refrigerator for about a week. So that's good to know. All right, so behind the scenes is really the most comical things that you don't see on video. All right, so I'm going to pause and do a little cleaning up. And I want to show you, as I was doing that, I put away my salads. So I didn't realize I took two different size containers out, which is good because I'm going to bring this one, the smaller one. That's enough, don't you think, for 2 dinners? It's plenty in there. And then I'll have this when I get home, probably another couple dinners out of that. Okay, I'm gonna pause. Okay, I have to ask Alexa a question. Alexa, how do you cook quinoa?
Okay, for quinoa, I recommend the herbed quinoa from Food Network, 23 minutes to make. What would you like? Start recipe, send to phone, add to list.
Start recipe. She's giving me options. Start recipe.
Herbed quinoa from Food Network. There are 10 ingredients. Would you like to gather?
Oh, Alexa, stop. Oh, she says 10 ingredients for herbed corn. I don't want herbed quinoa. I just want to know how to cook quinoa. Probably just boil it, right? I've read it a million times. I probably even watched a video of it, but I forget because I've never done it. So I'm going to have to, let's try one more time. Alexa, How do you cook red quinoa?
Okay, for red quinoa, I recommend red quinoa and citrus salad from Food Network, 35 minutes to make. What would you like? Start recipe, send to phone, add to list, or hear next
Can you
recipe.
hear that? She says, what would you like? Start recipe, add to your phone, blah, blah. I don't want a recipe. All right, I'm gonna have to Google. So the crackers are still cooking, but I want to show you what I'm doing. For those of you who just want something healthier and easy. Everything's pretty easy, but this was so fast. This was like 30 seconds done. I am packing peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, but I'm using 100% almond butter, no oil is in here. It's just almonds, almond butter natural. I get this. Oh, this one I got at Earth Fair, but you can get it at Sprouts. You could buy it in the jars, you know, in the peanut butter, almond butter section. But you want to make sure it doesn't have any oil. The salt is okay. And trying to see if I can find ingredients. It just says almond butter, diced almonds. That's all that is. I also have, I didn't use it right now, but I've used this. This is just raw peanut butter, creamy and unsalted peanut butter. You could get salt. That's, well, it's up to you if you could eat salt or not, but no oil is the key, no oils, unless you're really thin and you don't care. But oils are good for your heart. All right, I'm no doctor, I really don't know, but this ingredient is peanuts, that's it, not even salt. So this was at Sprouts in the raw section, but again, you can get them in the jars. I have them in the jars as well. Actually, let's see, now I'm feeling like a real pro. I feel like real pro telling you these things. This is creamy peanut butter green wise. And the only ingredients is organic dry roasted peanuts, sea salt. So some may say should be raw, not roasted. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's a problem. I don't know. I'm still learning what all that means. Okay. So here's what I did. I used the natural, and then I used this black raspberry, 100% from fruit. And just a little bit, sweetened only with vineyard ripened grape and fruit juices. Ingredients: black raspberries, fruit juice concentrates, grape and dates, lemon juice, fruit pectin. So no fat. Anyways, that's what I use. But so, and then I've just discovered this, and a lot of people who going plant-based know about these or vegan know about this bread. Then I got the thin. I didn't know they had thin, but the other ones were thick. Dave's bread, and they come in different kinds, but it's Dave's. And there's hamburger rolls that are delicious. If you saw my video with the pulled pork, it was jackfruit, barbecue jackfruit. And that was delicious. We put those in those buns. So this is really good bread. And it's, what's the ingredients? Organic whole wheat flour, organic cracked whole, it goes on and on and on, whole wheat. So 1.5 grams of fat. Oh, Alexa, off. Crackers are ready. Or they're actually called quinoa flatbread. And dietary fiber 3 grams, total sugars 2. So anyways, that's the bread I'm using. So, and here's the last thing I like to do is I like to cut them up in squares, because then you don't have to have a whole sandwich. You know, if you're in between a line dance or in between an activity and you need a little energy or you're hungry, just grab one or two. So I like to have them in little squares. And sometimes I have them when I'm driving in between places, so it's easier to grab to eat something at a time. That's what I do. All right, let's see how the quinoa flatbreads. I'll open them up with you right now. Well, this is going to be a challenge, taking out the silicone thingy. I gotta be very careful. I might need another. Yeah, it's fine. It's kind of here, wait a sec. Let me grab a tray or something. Okay. I'm gonna put it onto this. They do tell you how to do it, but I'm gonna just do this. I should have turned the oven on. Look at that, I'm such a genius. I just took a cookie sheet, slid it out, Looks kind of funny. Oh, that's hot. All right, let's I don't know if I should put them back in or not. Well, let's close the oven. That's a good idea. Some of you are probably yelling, close the oven. So I'm gonna take one out. This actually came with a spatula. I don't know if it works very well. I've never used it before. Here it is. Came with this this cute little spatula. Can you see? All right, so let's see if I can take one out. They're meant to like crack, like break them apart. I kind of feel a little spongy. All right, let's hold on to something here. See, this is my life, what you see right now. I'm no pro. So I'm gonna take this out, which is make room here. It's interesting. All right, let's see. Oh, I left some behind. All right, let's see. I'm gonna put them back in. You know what? I think I'll leave it. Oh, made that hot. It's very hot. See, behind the scenes, you're getting a close look behind the scenes. You didn't think it was possible to be this pathetic. Okay, let's see. But I've never used this thing before either. All right, let's just go here. Go here. I'm going to turn the oven on. So I turn the oven off. I'll let them, I do that a lot. Turn the oven off, put whatever I'm cooking back in, get a little crispier. And let's see, I took one of the thicker ones out because some came out thin. This is kind of weird. Let's see if you can see. So we have, I know, weird, huh? I mean, it's quinoa, it looks like brownies, but I'm looking, how am I doing here? Isn't that weird, like that little glossy look? I might have made them too thick. Gosh. It's good. The only thing is, a little soft in the middle. Maybe, you know, flatbreads are soft in the middle. Maybe that's, I'm thinking a cracker, like an Acme cracker or any cracker. But this is, I never made these before. So I'm thinking a flatbread has a little dough in it, right? Like flatbread pizzas. So maybe they're perfect. Voila, I did it. Okay, so I think that's enough. Thanks for watching. See you later.